This podcast is sponsored by the book Eat Meat or Don't by Bo Bennett, PhD. Explore the critical thinking behind our dietary choices and discover the moral arguments for and against eating meat. Available now at sentiocentrism.com.
How economic crises influence meat consumption and ethical eating. Discover why meat consumption drops during economic downturns and how ethical eating and plant-based diets play a role in these shifts. Why meat consumption often drops during economic crises. Hey, have you ever noticed how during economic downturns, people tend to eat less meat? It's not just a coincidence. There's actually a lot going on behind the scenes when it comes to how we adjust our diets in tough financial times. I wanted to chat about this because it touches on some interesting aspects like ethical eating, the pros and cons of eating meat, and even newer options like clean meat. So, when money gets tight, meat is often one of the first things people cut back on. Why is that? Well, meat can be expensive compared to plant-based foods. Even though plant-based diets might require a bit more planning or cooking, staples like beans, lentils, rice, and vegetables tend to be more affordable and offer a lot of nutritional bang for your buck. Let's break it down. Cost efficiency. Meat, especially high-quality or organic options, has a higher price point. During recessions or financial struggles, budgets shrink, meaning people look for cheaper sources of protein and calories. Health considerations. Some people see economic crises as a chance to rethink lifestyle choices. That can lead toward more ethical eating habits, like reducing meat intake for environmental or animal welfare reasons. Supply chain disruptions. Economic instability can mess with food supply chains, making meat less available or more expensive, encouraging consumers to shift to alternatives. But here's the interesting thing. This isn't just about finances. Ethical eating and sentiocentrism, the perspective that considers the interests of all sentient beings and how we consume animals, play a subtle role in these choices. When consumers have to rethink their food sources, they're sometimes nudged toward plant-based diets, whether they initially intended to or not. There are arguments for and against eating meat that come up especially during these periods. Arguments for eating meat. Meat is nutrient-dense, providing vitamins and minerals that can be harder to get from plants alone without careful planning. Think vitamin B12 and heme iron. Also, culturally, meat holds a traditional and social significance. Arguments against eating meat. Ethical concerns about animal welfare, environmental impact, and health risks have been on the rise. In tighter economic times, these concerns can gain more attention as people become more mindful of their choices. Another fascinating angle is the rise of clean meat or lab-grown meat. While it's still a newer concept to many, it promises to merge the benefits of eating meat with some ethical and environmental positives. Though currently more expensive, if clean meat becomes more accessible, it might change how meat consumption fluctuates during future crises. Lastly, if you want to explore these ideas more and understand the full ethical discussion around meat consumption, both the challenges and potential solutions, I highly recommend checking out Eat Meat or Don't. It's a thoughtful exploration that really helps frame the debates around sentiocentrism, ethical eating, and the future of our diets. So the next time you notice people dialing back on meat or switching out burgers for plant-based proteins during tough economic times, it's not just about saving money. It's also a window into bigger shifts happening around how we value animals, health, and sustainability, all of which are tied into the complex conversation about whether or not we should be eating meat at all. Thanks for listening. If you're curious about the ethical discussions wrapped around meat consumption, definitely check out Eat Meat or Don't to get a full picture.